Hello and welcome to AntipoDnD, a show in which a bunch of Australians play Dungeons and Dragons in a setting partly inspired by prehistoric Australia and New Zealand. I'm David, I'm the Dungeon Master. Once more, I am joined by my players who are April, Kynwyn, Doug and Zindi. Our heroes have come to the free city-state of Providence. They have docked their boat there. They have also had docked the ship that they captured there. Both are undergoing repairs at the moment. They have also set the wheels in motion to hire some additional crews so that they can sail both of their vessels back to Liberty Bay, their main port, you might say. But in the meantime, they are enjoying some effectively shore leave of their own in this city-state of Providence while those repairs are underway.
Pretty good at bringing home a bonus boat every time we go out.
I do throw the occasional boat at you, and you are quite good at blowing
we're
not
catching them quite well.
You are good at not sinking them. That is a skill.
So far.
So
you're all to boarding and violence.
So far, you have taken care of some business. You've delivered the incognito Princess Imrana to common ground, where she and her entourage are going to stay for a few nights until you are ready to transport her back to Liberty Bay along with you. You've checked in with Connie, the avatar of Desmina. You drank some magical drinks that did a body swap and a bobblehead and a few other things and a fur change. But it is still your first day in port. And you picked up your earpieces, so you can now speak to each other and hear each other's voices as long as you are within a mile of at least one other earpiece.
Yay. I have a question about that.
Yes.
So if I was like a mile away and someone else was a mile away.
It was implicit that we could chain them.
Yes.
Okay, That's what I was trying to ask.
Yeah, so you could have everybody, you could have a string of people with a total of 4 miles in length.
Okay.
As long as there is no more than 1 mile between each of you, you will all be able to communicate with each other.
Okay, sickening. Thank you.
Also, you cannot choose who to speak with. When you choose to speak, you will be heard by everyone.
Right.
So,
rules.
Still the first day. It's getting into mid-afternoon. What else would you like to do in Providence?
We did need to see Zarasa.
Yeah. Shall we do that first?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
While we're over at the academy, we could probably ask if anyone knows a good lawyer. I'm sure they've got insurance.
Wizards must.
Yeah.
Hey, Gwen.
Yes.
Do you remember when we were in where we were before here, underground in the Stonehold?
Yes.
I think we talked about maybe getting you a lawyer.
Yes, I have been thinking we should look into that.
Okay, cool. Let's go see that nice robot lady and then robot person, and then we can maybe ask someone about maybe a lawyer.
Great idea.
Awesome.
Okay.
I don't know if French knows what a robot is, but let's go.
You're just making words up, man.
I did. You invented it.
Yeah.
You fought some automatons in the arena a little earlier.
Automaton.
Well, and she's Zarasa identifies as a construct, don't they?
Yes. There would be a humanoid construct for targeting purposes.
Anything happening at the arena as we walk past? Assuming that we are. I mean, we kind of have to get to the academy, right? So
yeah, it's on the way.
Not presently. There are flyers up saying that there will be a debate in a couple of days' time, probably while you're still there.
Sick.
Does it say who is debating whom?
Not currently. The subject will be decided probably tomorrow. It's normally the day before that it's all finalised, and then the next day everybody shows up. Well, everybody who is interested shows up.
I always thought that happened down at the docks, just to stop the smell of old bait being, permeating through the residential areas.
Oh,
But if they're debaiting up here, that's
yeah. Apparently, it's just people talking to each other, man.
Huh.
Not really my vibe.
You won't catch anything with words.
Oh, man.
So, you make your way past the arena, through Hightown, towards the Coruscant Academy, where there are a few guards outside who notice you, don't recognize you as students or teachers, and one will very politely and gently, but also firmly say, excuse me, may I ask your business in the academy?
Yes, we are here to see Zurasa.
I was waiting for Gwen.
Between each other.
Gwen's got a lot on her mind right now.
Does Master Zurasa know that, are they expecting you?
Probably.
They wanted to see us again, but we haven't made an appointment.
I see. Well, if you go through to reception, they should be able to sort that out for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is it the same no-sleep elf at reception that we had in Campaign 1 just 5 years later?
Mm-hmm.
Working the same job? No, she got promoted, didn't she?
I think she got promoted,
Somewhere.
yeah. She's
Anyway,
because
sorry.
didn't one of their
Killed
bosses
and then
die?
promoted?
No, I think you're thinking of Celoday, who was the assistant medic.
That's right.
Yeah, we did
Ah.
say someone again, but
Yes.
That's
Okay,
it,
cool.
Celoday.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
No, carry on.
she is now, if I recall correctly, she has been promoted to general medic.
That's right.
For the academy. She was a student back then, and she essentially graduated and just fell into the position. But yes, you can go to reception. They will say that Zurasa essentially has an open office, so you can go and anytime, and you find Zurasa in their workshop once again. Lots of scrap pieces of bronze and various strange devices all around the place. And they'll see you and say, "Oh, hello. Do come in."
Thank you.
So, it is good to see you again. I have been researching the boat, your boat, in particular the being which inhabits it. I have a few theories about how it might have happened, but have you learned anything about it in the meantime?
Todd kind of glances to the others.
No.
Are you sure we haven't learned anything, Gwen?
No.
No, it is then. Are you absolutely sure we haven't learned anything, Gwen?
I know, as in I'm not sure.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
the
My
Sphinx
bad.
told us that.
She's a demon. It's a
Yeah.
demon. Devil. Demon. Devil. Devil.
Devil.
Devil.
Devil.
Devil.
Don't write anything down, darling.
Yeah.
Unless it's juicy and doesn't qualify.
No, that's a really good point. We did speak to a Sphinx in a secret library, and she did tell us that it the thing inside of our boat was a devil.
Zurasa says, "A sphinx in a secret library?
Oh yeah,
Very
where did
nice.
yeah, she's great.
I'd very much like to know where this library is."
We
Oh,
don't
you-
know anymore.
It's a secret.
The door
Yes, it
moves
seems to
every
have
time
moved.
someone finds it.
Hmm.
Oh,
We were in like sort of right before the Underdark kind of area.
Yeah, but she said that next time it will be somewhere else.
oh. Perhaps one day I shall search for it. But in the meantime, a devil, you say? That does clear up a few questions I had. My research suggested that to place a living being inside such a large and complex and inherently non-animate object as a boat would require a being that is accustomed to changing shapes in the first place, and perhaps even capable of possession of some form. And I was leaning towards a ghost as my explanation, but a devil would also fit perfectly.
Wow, I never considered that our boat was haunted.
Are devils inherently evil? Is that a...
Zerasa says, I'm afraid devils are far beyond my field of expertise. By reputation, I know most would say they're evil, but I personally have not met, or I would have said I had not met any, except apparently I now have, in the form of your boat.
Which is very polite.
Does it count?
Yeah.
She doesn't know.
Yeah, it seems like she doesn't really remember anything, right? So she probably doesn't know she's a devil.
And we certainly didn't tell her after we found out.
A little bit worried.
Well, that might be something you would want to do.
Clearly, I mean, we forgot about it until right this second.
Well, a lot of stuff happened after the Sphinx, so...
Zerasa says, in the meantime, now that I have that final piece of knowledge, I've also been thinking of ways that, if it pleased you and Mercy as well, we might be able to expand their capabilities by making certain modifications to the structure of the boat.
Oh. What kind of more expensive
Modifications, man.
What else do you think she can do?
Huh. Where did my notes go?
It's all right, we can fill the...
Zarasa
Very, I was going to say, a very Zerasa response, right? Like, I know I have them here somewhere.
Yes.
Lifting brass plates, shoving tools off the desk.
Oh dear, I've
through
got
the
a
old
feeling
memory
I
banks.
typed these out and it didn't save.
Oh no.
No, that's all
Oh
right.
no.
We can
This
make
is
them up.
I will say I have been using Microsoft Access for my note taking, and it has it is not great at saving things.
Seems like a...
However,
flaw.
it did save this. I am pleased to say I have found them.
Hey.
So Zerasa will explain that they currently have 3 ideas. Each will take a little bit of time, so you can basically choose one. That would be your priority, and then when that's done, you choose the next.
Progression tree. Let's go.
One would...
If this looks like the one in Divinity, I'm going to scream.
One would let Mercy see. Because your boat is currently blind, one would effectively be a figurehead that Mercy can actually visibly see through, with the same clarity of vision as yourselves, as a person.
Very cool.
Another would give the option of self-propulsion. It would basically...
Motorboat?
It would be
Outboard.
a modification to the bow, which would essentially grab water and push it around the boat, so that in a situation, for example, where you are becalmed, there is no wind at all, you would still be able to make some progress. Third option is largely theoretical and might take a little longer, but Zerasa is very interested in exploring it. A modification to the keel, so that is the bottom of the boat, that would let Mercy essentially send out little pings that could then bounce off objects, and Mercy could therefore detect, for example, how deep the ocean is. Are there large things moving around? Basically short-range sonar.
Oh my god, Jurassic is about
That's
to enter the sonar!
That's pretty hot. Do we get Sean Connery along with that, though?
One ping only, please, Vasily.
I kind of like sight.
Yeah, I feel like we should give Mercy eyes.
It is something that
Can
it is
we
something
modify? Yeah.
it is something that
Oh.
Mercy has complained about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can we modify the existing figurehead so that it's still a frog?
Oh, she could look through the frog.
Sarasa says that would be difficult. It is. It would be much more effective to create a new figurehead with this specific function in mind. It could therefore be any design that you want, including another frog.
Oh, okay.
I think we should keep the frog.
Do you like was it a frog with was it a frog with a flute?
It's a
frog
frog
with a
playing
flute.
a flute.
Yeah.
I do like the frog playing the flute.
I think it's good for morale.
Yeah. All right, let's keep the frog playing the flute. But
Yes.
a new one.
Was an opportunity for you to design your own figurehead, but oh well.
We already
Why would
did.
why would you
Wow.
have another? Technically, we designed the frog with the flute because he doesn't have a flute. That was
Yeah,
you're
the real
right.
one.
Yeah.
The real one that it's based on was holding a spyglass, not a flute. Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
You know,
we've already
obviously.
designed our own one. Mr. Toad with a flute.
Okay. Zarasa says, very well. Of course, I would like to make sure that Mercy is happy to have this modification done. It is essentially an alteration to their body for all intents and purposes.
Yeah. Yeah. You could
Definitely ask her, yeah.
Yeah, you could go down to the docks, or we can, ask her next time we're there, or it's totally up to you.
Well, I could accompany you if you wish to speak to her about it directly.
Sure, we could do that. I guess we only have a couple of other errands to run today, so.
And Sarasa says, oh, also, I have friends who get angry at me every time I forget to ask for money. I think I should ask for money for this.
Dagmar's been speaking to them.
Gwendolyn has an inward fuck.
Cost of materials, cost of labor.
So Zarasa has resting vacant face as a
Great.
construct, but even as you talk about cost of materials and labor, what little understanding there was in Zarasa's face has all gone.
Mm-hmm.
And Zarasa,
Does she actually have eyes that can point in opposite directions?
no eyeballs. There
Oh.
are simply holes, like a Cyberman.
Mm.
Yeah. No
Um,
lights, no
yeah.
LEDs in there or anything. Eh?
Yeah, so whatever little spark there was in their face there has just
Yep.
kind of
Gone.
faded.
and Zarasa will just straight up say, I do not know what is appropriate. I've
Okay.
never.
We can figure it
Might
out
have
once
to
we see
work
like how
out.
long it takes.
Yeah, okay,
Excellent.
how about, you get all the stuff you need, keep receipts or something, get an invoice or whatever, write it down,
Yes,
And
we
then
will need to
just-
see proof of purchase.
and tally it up at the end, and then we can, figure out like an hourly rate and give you that on top of that, and sounds
Figure
good.
something out here.
You're
Yeah,
stuffing-
support artists,
Gwen knows a lot about business.
You remind me of one of my friends. She speaks like this.
Interesting. You sound cool, man.
It's good to have a friend who urges you to charge what you're worth.
Support local, man. That's what I'm saying.
Very well. Did you want to speak to Mercy now?
Oh, well, we do have a stop to make
Well,
first.
we were going to ask, do you know if there's anyone here who knows where there's a lawyer?
Yes.
A
Lawyer.
lawyer.
Oh, we
Um,
need to talk to someone who knows that stuff.
Specifically contract work, if
I've heard of some who have claimed to be experts in law. I do not believe any of them are in town at the moment, but I understand there are magistrates who might be able to help you with this.
did everyone just have like a PTSD twinge at the word magistrate?
Actually, yeah, Todd's eyebrows go down at the word magistrate.
Magistrate is how it normally works in this world, in that is basically a person who has the joint responsibility of interpreting law and applying law.
But we're from Heron's Perch, so we're used to Fane Othwin's alter ego.
Yeah, but
Putting
also,
out the advertisements for lawyers.
also the dickhead who sold us out.
Oh,
Yeah.
But the adversarial system doesn't really exist in this world. You don't normally have like a prosecution, a defense, and a judge above them. Essentially, you have the magistrate, you have a defendant, and you have someone accusing them of something.
And the baby they're going to cut in half.
And the magistrate does pretty much all of the actual lawyering themselves.
Which is why people love buying them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we can.
Which is why a corrupt magistrate is extremely powerful and dangerous.
Fuckers. Yes, no, we can see a magistrate if that's. Are there any reputable ones here?
Zerata recommends the. There are a few who walk out of the council chambers. You could also go to one of the temples. They normally have some kind of pro bono magistrate working. Generally, they're regarded as service to whatever god they worship.
A temple-linked one would probably be kind of useful for our situation.
We could go to a Fane Othwin temple.
Yeah, we need like a little bit of extra help and blessing.
The two main temples in Providence are the Temple of Desmina, of course. And the All Gods Temple.
Would the All Gods Temple have a magistrate per god or just one guy?
It probably wouldn't have that many magistrates. You would have to basically go there and see who was available.
Can you imagine if you got the trickster god magistrate? Jesus Christ.
I want to meet the magistrate for Gemden.
Isn't that a character in Kill 6 Billion Demons? I'm pretty sure that's...
Maybe we should go to the Desmina temple. She's supposed to be very even-handed and believing in goodness.
I don't know, man. It's
one of the sort of less terrifying ones.
Gods aren't really my specialty either. Zerasa, we just gotta do some errands like that. We can come pick you up on the way back.
Zerasa says, no problem. I do not sleep, so whenever suits you.
Okay, sweet.
Why don't you meet us down at the boat at sundown then? Because presumably these guys will be closed by then. And we can just kind of all meet down at Mercy.
Very well, I shall see you there.
Okay, cool. See you then.
Okay.
Just in case we wind up down at the All Gods Temple, and not that we're actually walking, but I don't want to walk any further than I have to.
Poor sweet fish boy. Right on my back if you want me in.
Very
Oh no, that was Doug complaining incessantly about having to walk places, and
Doug, who is seated in a chair.
That's right. I don't want to do any walking today. What the hell?
Fantasy walking. God damn it.
Look, I sent my partner to IKEA, and I'm like, I'm not walking around.
I did
IKEA.
my 10,000 steps.
That place is vast and tempting. I'm gonna stay here and play video games.
So which temple are we headed to? Are we going to go to the Desmina one or the All Gods one and fish for a Fane Othwin lawyer?
Well, I guess All Gods is a real crapshoot because we don't know who we're going to get.
Yeah, crap, shoot. I think we should go to Desmina.
Get the Pyra lawyer. Have you considered setting them on fire?
Yes, pirate lawyer! A new character, pirate lawyer.
Shockingly, Fireball is the solution to many of my problems, but it won't work against a devil.
Well, no.
Can't enforce the contract if it's been consumed by flame.
The only drawback of going to the Temple of Desmina is that there is a bit more walking because you have to go up the path.
Oh, well then maybe we should chance it at the All Gods Temple.
The All Gods Temple is downhill from where you are.
It is. Oh. I do like downhill.
Is it on the way to the boat?
Yes.
Well then we're going there.
All Gods Temple it is. Even
I
in
want to
fantasy,
free myself from an archdemon, but I also don't want to walk, so...
I got bad knees, man. I can't be going
We've got priorities,
Yeah.
Not least up
Gwen left her palanquin in the other dimension.
No, Gwen's palanquin. We could all carry it for you.
Okay.
Love that.
So you decide not to climb to the Temple of Desmina. head back through Hightown, past the arena, down to heading back towards the beach. The All Gods Temple is here. And as you step inside, it has that solemn, quiet reverence that you would expect inside a temple. There are a handful of citizens quietly either presenting offerings or just quietly praying at the various shrines that are situated around the building. Every of the publicly worshipped gods is represented here. A few of the very evil ones are not represented, except by a single altar that is dedicated to the unknown god or the unknown gods. It's basically where you go if you want to worship a god that is not included in in the regular ones. It can also be used if you do worship one of the main gods, but don't want anybody to know who you worship. So, for example, it's where you'd go if you worship Tethoan, goddess of mystery and secrets.
It's also where you go to worship the mother who said she was a god. Gwen will look sort of accusingly at the unknown god's altar, and then with a sort of mix of, oh yeah.
There is a caretaker. It is a tiefling, a tall male, fairly fit looking tiefling.
Nice.
With one horn snapped just the end. But they are wearing cleric robes and are currently actually swinging some incense around as they're walking down the center of the temple.
He's got a sensor.
Lovely.
So he knows where we are.
Should be.
Excuse me.
Yes, can I help you?
We're looking for a magistrate, preferably one who knows anything about contracts.
Oh, certainly. We do offer some services here. Let me see who is currently available.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And he pauses and goes into is basically a back room, which has a sort of tower in the corner. It's the office for all intents and purposes. It comes out.
I'll just check out the back.
Yeah, I was going to say, this flashbacks to retail.
He comes out a moment later, and what I'll do is you guys can name who you would like the magistrate to represent in terms of the gods, and then I will roll for each to see whether one's available until we find one that is. Certain gods will have a higher chance of succeeding than others.
Is Fane our first choice for...
I mean, we're not very bright, and we probably know that.
None of us are, real
and
god.
They're full of,
people.
righteousness, right?
Duncan's head is
very...
full of knowledge from the Sphinx, right? That's religion related, so he's probably going to go.
Oh, you did pick up religion, didn't you?
Yeah. Now, Fane Othwin makes a certain amount of sense here.
Fane Othwin, a god of justice and truth.
Let's go for him.
Truth.
Sure, let's do that one.
Okay. This is going to be a D10. No, there is not a... sorry, D20. There is not a magistrate who serves Fane Othwin currently available in Providence.
He's probably up at Heron's Perch, yeah.
Okay. Who's next on the list there?
It's like Gemdanen.
As Duncan is thinking, who's going to be next down the list? Is it going to be...
Well,
Desmina?
Duncan will know that Gemdanen, as the god of storms and the sea, is also often regarded as the god of trade.
Contracts.
Contract law? Yeah, all right.
Yeah, maybe we are going to get a mini Aquaman lawyer, please.
Let's see if Gemdanen's available.
Okay, Gemdanen. Wow. No, that's another 2 on the D20, which is a no. That means no.
What about...
I mean, I suppose Desmina, but would they have one for Desmina when there's a Desmina temple? They might, though.
Duncan's going to go
Maybe they're here today.
Completely off script and go, what about Engadon?
Okay.
What? Oh yeah, maybe.
DC,
Well, we have met her.
DC
That's
for
exactly
this
why Duncan's
is,
reached for it, right?
DC for this is a bit higher because Engadon is not widely worshipped, even though
Of course, right?
her portfolio has changed somewhat this past 5 years. No, I'm sorry, there is no magistrate.
Is everyone today? Fucking public holiday or what?
Dasha Undrek.
Okay, that's going to be another relatively high DC because she was essentially an old god, a lost god until recently. Oof. It's sort of 2 points below what I'd set the DC to. So
Tetherwood Magistrate, let's go.
No.
Maybe they know loopholes. Maybe
well, that's exactly it, right? That's Duncan's head probably is going to go. I mean, he would almost end up at Derrigandali just because we've met him too.
He doesn't want to see us again. Jesus
I don't think he wants to do.
He has also.
You're not contracting the god. You're contracting someone who worships the god.
As he's thinking through, is like I could have a logical conversation with Derrigandali after he calmed down. So maybe his lawyers would be okay if we could get them to calm the hell down. But let's go with Tethoan first.
Yeah, come on, Tethoan, let's go, girl.
And with Tethoan, I rolled an 18.
Oh,
yes. Trixie lawyer, let's go.
To us that one time.
Oh yeah, so she's probably going to be like one of those sharky lawyers who
right.
has a TV show on the CW about
the one from Chicago is what?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
So
he did really well.
Yeah, so
so the priest will say, yes, we do currently have a magistrate on call. She hasn't really registered which god she worships, which generally means one thing. So unless she does worship, one of the evil gods, but they generally do not. Such people tend not to care too much about contracts and so forth. So would be safe to say this is probably a worshipper of Tethoan. If you are comfortable with that, I can send a message and they will be here presently.
Yes, I mean that's.
I almost wanted to say, do you have a Guldag one hanging around? But I don't think so. I don't think Duncan knows the name Guldag.
When you try to suggest it, you just vomit.
Yeah, that's it, right? Just, the whole time.
And the tiefling goes, "Oh, we don't have any of those."
And he,
but yeah, we'll hang out, I guess.
And he adds, very well. Before I send the message, it is normal for those who are able to essentially pay for this service with a donation according to their means. If you are not able, then the magistrate can serve for a charitable cause.
Right. Well, I guess I better donate.
Duncan will drop 15 gold on the unknown god altar and just go, hey, look, we spoke before down in Skaldir. Looks like we're going to get one of your magistrates here, so thanks. 15 gold into the
15 gold is so much money. I love that.
It is.
He has looked at you and has already sized up that, these people have money. So if you had not given any gold,
we have enormous need.
He would have done his job. He would have, he would have been polite, but he also would have very much held it against you.
What's he got, by the way, in terms of any identifying robes or anything?
He is wearing a symbol of who's it going to be?
Bruin Lark jersey.
Let's say a symbol of Bruin Lark.
That's his tabard. It's the jersey.
He is a worshipper of Bruin Lark, despite looking very devout and somber.
No. You said
loose after work.
You said he looked fit, so he's clearly a jock.
And fit.
He's a jock.
Yes.
Love him. After his shift at the All Gods is finished, he is at the pub.
Frat house, frat boy.
I love this guy.
So he will actually take a couple of coins, not gold coins, just a few copper pieces, toss them to some of the kids who seem to have set up sort of permanent camp outside the old god's temple, and they ask them to deliver a message, and they this is an ongoing deal they have set up, so one of the kids will run off.
Yes, enterprising youngsters. I love that. Ben Vatericus put them up to it.
The magistrate will explain that the priest will explain the magistrate will be here soon, but if they're currently in the middle of something, it could be half an hour to an hour. So you are welcome to wait inside or outside the temple as you please.
I mean, we could just hang out here for half an hour, whatever.
Yep.
Why do I have only 53 hit points out of my 59? What happened?
We've had
did I
so
fall
many
over and hit
long
my
rests.
head?
I think, you just tripped.
When did I do
You got
this?
a snack?
Did I bonk myself? I do. And I have a spell slot down. What happened? And I wasn't there, and Drench was.
Not heal
Have we rested
after...
since we took the ship?
Yeah.
Apparently not. I mean,
No,
we
you
have.
guys did. I didn't.
But Drench didn't.
But apparently Drench didn't
forgot to
either.
rest.
Yeah,
We rested
Yeah.
while we were building the mansion.
Actually, I was surprised that we did get the rest because it wasn't too far to Providence. But David said that we did, and Duncan said that he wouldn't, and I was like,
Except for Duncan, and that reminds me. Duncan, do you actually need to sleep to get a long rest?
No, I just need to spend 4 hours immobile.
Okay, and I think you did manage that.
Yeah, it seems likely, right? I was mostly focused on helping sort of maintain the ship in the event that anything broke or I had to spice the mainyard or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I won't make you do a check to see whether you pick up any exhaustion at this point.
Yeah, I did short rest in there at least one time somewhere. So, yes, cool.
Okay. So you will see. There's a fairly steady flow of people coming in and out, and a few coins, a few little carved figurines seem to be a common offering. Occasionally there'll be flowers, but eventually the magistrate of Tethoan will turn up. Let's create this character together.
Don't do that. Let's do it. Okay, Tethoan. All right.
I feel like we've already started using the she pronoun, so she's a woman. We've just decided that.
We've done it. We've done it. Standard queen.
Green. No, that's not.
In my head, it was just like, who's the priest of Tethoan we were always hanging out with in the last campaign? She went into lore after she met Vatericus.
Oh my god, is it her? Aussie talked her into it. Let's go.
Sorry, who was that?
Who's that one gal who sort of hated us, but then she sort of became our best friend at the end there with the pirate battle?
Yeah, has she gone into the lore?
Why not?
Aussie accidentally told her everything, and then she was like,
Aussie and Vatericus basically.
I'm gonna have to dig up my old notes to find her name.
Oh, let's have a look.
Let me dig up my old notes and see if I can.
Me too. D&D notes, campaign 1. Let's go.
You know, she did become besties with Aussie and Vatericus is on the council, and Aussie has strong opinions.
I think you originally met her in Mira's Reach, and her name was Salmi.
Yes, Salmi.
That's the one. Thank you.
She was stealing shit. She was working for the collectors.
Yep,
she was pretending to be a paladin.
Half elf. My original description of her was tall, lithe, strong, short, blonde hair, blue eyes, round face. She was pretending to be a cleric of Fain Othwin in the first campaign.
Now she's wearing like the sharpest cut set of robes.
Fate. We did kind of get a magistrate of Fain Othwin. We've done it. Say it had to be a real one.
Yeah, that's it, right?
So she will arrive. The priest will point her towards the four of you, and she will walk up and say, good afternoon. I understand you're in need of a magistrate.
Yes. Very much.
Very well. Now, I normally, when seen in a professional capacity, I charge people for their services. But if you are unable to pay, then we can come to an arrangement, whatever you need.
Oh, that's what the guy said too.
Did I not pay when I dropped all the gold on Tethoans?
No.
That's a shame.
That was contributing to the temple.
You paid
Go!
her. You didn't
Oh,
pay
well.
her.
That's fine.
What are your rates? Yes, we can pay.
She says, my professional rates are 10 gold a day,
Price.
Wow.
with a minimum of 1 day.
That's all right. We can do that.
Gwendolyn respects the hustle.
That-
Yes, she's not
we're
going to
gonna-
talk. She
Yeah,
wants to
where are
talk
we
her
gonna-
down, but also she's not going to negotiate with the woman. She wants to help free her
Yeah.
from.
I have no money. How much money am I supposed to have?
You have no money. You have sand.
Yeah, you gave it.
I have sand dollars. You're correct.
Sand and
Yeah.
crabs.
Hang on a minute, Gwen. Let me into that bag of holding.
No, darling, you're rich in crabs. It's fine. I will give her money.
It's
Okay.
like, it's like the Doctor in Doctor Who, sort of trying to work it, pouring out his purse, and some of the coins start trying to crawl away.
Yeah, that's what happens when Drench reaches into the
Yes,
black
because
hole.
they're crabs.
At least it's a sand dollar and not a sand duck. A geoduck.
And
Oh, gross.
so
They're kind of, yeah.
Yucky.
Salmi says, "Oh, why don't you just what exactly is it that you need to understand?"
Are there private rooms? Like,
Yeah,
Yes,
do we,
can we
gotta-
go somewhere not in public?
Certainly. You could come back to my office.
That would be fine.
Excellent. Follow me. And
Follow
she
her.
will lead you.
Do we have to walk a whole
quick travel sequence? Is this one of those elevators in the Citadel? Like,
It isn't. She's not taking you all the way back to Hightown. Instead, she actually leads you over to the Green Ward near the promenade.
so far away?
So you walk past the huge crater, which is now filled with
They
beautiful
got a
lush.
garden there, didn't they?
Yeah, beautiful lush trees. It's now essentially an extension of the Feywild. Has
Drench is
seeped
pretty
through
impressed.
into this place.
He's not really a forest guy, he's a beach guy, but he's like, whoa, that's crazy, man.
Todd has some interest because, of course, Feywild things.
And she will lead you to a narrow,
babies.
narrow but fancy enough townhouse, which has a business sign out the front. It's fairly standard office space down below, accommodation up above.
And Mill Spade.
Salmi doing okay for herself, huh?
Yeah,
She has
it
leveled
seems
up.
so.
She's
Good for
doing
her.
10 gold a day. Like,
She's got a good councillor representing her district. That's why.
Is this Vitericus's district?
It is.
So she'll take you inside, and you see that it is bare, but somewhat ostentatious, but not over the top. She's not trying to say "I am rich." She is trying. The furniture and decor here
I am classy.
is saying, "I am successful, but I don't think I'm better than you."
Again, Gwendolyn respects the hustle.
This is nice office.
And she says,
Sorry for the sand.
"Very well. So what's troubling you?"
I have, completely by accident, entered into a sort of contract deal with a devil. And I don't know what the terms are.
And she says, "You signed a contract with the devil without reading it?"
I was not aware she was a devil. And yes,
He says, "Well, okay, so first thing we need to do is get a copy of that contract to see what you've agreed to. What do you know about it at this point?
Do I know? That is a great question.
We know who.
We know who she's claiming to be.
Yeah, and we can describe what she looked like.
Yeah, which is. Oh yeah, did we see her true form, or did we
did.
just see? Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
You saw her very clearly as a red-skinned, many-horned, winged devil.
Which was not the Earth Mother vibe Gwendolyn was presented with. Gwendolyn knows that in exchange for magical, with the ability to do magic, she just spreads the good word about the mother, and she occasionally sends high-paying customers of her beauty hustle to worship the mother in their own way.
But in recent conversations with the mother, she has implied that you might also be sending some souls her way.
Yeah, that does seem to be what happens when Gwendolyn sends them to their special meeting with the mother. But, you know, it's like a perk.
And so the Salmi says, well, very well.
I guess I definitely also accidentally gave Dunk's soul to the mother also, right? That's kind of what I did there, is it not?
I mean, one god has said that my soul is tethered to hers. I don't know that that necessarily constitutes a contract.
Anyway, yes, I have accidentally, unknowingly, completely by surprise, perhaps
And
traded
with the best intentions.
With good intentions, their skin was terrible.
She says, well, first of all, the good news is devils take the law very seriously. That means you have come to the right person. A magistrate is who you should be speaking to in these matters. The devils will adhere to the letter of the law precisely. Now, the bad news is you have already signed this contract before taking any legal advice. That means that you have committed to it. We will therefore need to find a way to, if you do not wish to be bound by it, we will need to find a way to either void it or find another way to end its effects. I do know enough about infernal contracts to know that if you and the devil were to both agree to void the contract of your own free will, then the contract would be destroyed. That would be the end of it. And it would be as though it had never happened, as far as possible.
So no more magic, then?
Well, it is likely, yes, that if this contract, if this devil is the source of your magical abilities, then that magic would be removed from you. It is also, I find it very unlikely that a devil would draft a contract where it is an equal party. Very much, I suspect the devil is getting much more out of this than you would be, and you would therefore probably have to find some way to convince them to void it.
Right.
Now, an alternative, this is not to be taken as advice. It is merely for context. If you were to slay the devil, then that could end the effects, depending on what the effects were. To do such things, I believe you would need to do it in the hells. If you were to slay them in the material plane, they would simply rematerialize in the hells and probably hold it against you.
Sounds fun.
Alternatively, I imagine your permanent death would also end the contract. I do not think you'd consider this a reasonable course of action. I would not advise it.
Particularly.
Finally, if there are aspects of the contract that you felt that you wished to change, and the one with whom you have the contract is unwilling to make those changes, you could conceivably find another who would draft a new contract of this nature with you that would override the aspects of the existing one that you do not like. I imagine your current patron would not take this too kindly either.
Would that mean finding a bigger devil?
Yes, but it'd have to be a more powerful devil.
I don't think it has to be a devil, man.
She says, it certainly could be another devil. They would not necessarily need to be more powerful. My understanding of infernal contracts is that they are not ongoing relationships like a cleric with a god. There is an ongoing sharing of power. When you sign an infernal contract, it is essentially a one-off deal, a purchase, if you will. The contract then becomes a receipt. You have received the power that was promised to you. It is now yours. And then whatever this devil receives from you, or continues to receive from you, is a done deal.
So we need a refund.
Effectively, yes. A refund or an interruption, something that will change the terms in a way that interferes with the devil's plans and power. Another devil could possibly do that.
I mean, what's his face said you're legally entitled to a copy of the contract, right?
But we'd have to ask her, and then she knows how she can hear everything I'm saying.
Yes, dear, I can. You hear in your head.
Can I please have a copy of the contract? I'm legally entitled.
At this point,
since you're here,
a flaming green portal suddenly opens in the magistrate's office, and she tries very hard not to look alarmed and surprised, but she fails.
Oh, mother.
Valid. So valid.
Through it, you see the mother looking at you.
Is she red or green? Is she just back to red now?
She is red, and she has the look of a disappointed mother as she is looking at you. And
so much worse than when she's angry.
And she says, obviously you have the right to see the contract. I'm sad that you think it has to come to this, though.
She's not angry, just disappointed.
Hand on the hip.
And she says, but very well. The contract is being cared for by an intermediary. I will summon them. She closes her eyes and looks down for a moment. You're muted, Doug.
I noticed as soon as I started talking. If you just want to annul the contract now, I feel like that solves all of these problems. You don't even have to talk to your... I know talking to other people can be a real hassle, so if you just want to cancel this now, it's fine.
She says, why would I
Can't
do
be
that?
that useful. I'm not very productive.
She says,
surely.
Oh, you've actually been most useful, especially quite recently, in fact. But never mind, the contract will explain. She closes her eyes and looks down, and then through this window you hear a popping sound, and a slight shadow falls over her as someone appears to have materialized behind her. And she says, please, will you please produce a contract? And she will basically list, essentially serial number, date, name, and so forth. And you'll look, if you sort of look through, you will see two enormous bulbous eyes, and you think you might be seeing a nose, but then you realise there's actually two smaller little eyes below it, and then huge big fangs.
Big spider.
And you realise you're looking at an enormous spider.
Cute.
Buddy.
I have art.
I mean, we're taking him, right? Oh, that's ours.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love him.
yeah.
He's got a little contract thing on his back.
He's so cute.
And
All right,
so
well, we're gonna kill her and take him, right? That's what we're doing.
this
Can he be my new patron?
enormous netcasting spider reaches into this satchel on its back, which is basically a devilish bag of holding. Pulls out a scroll.
Bag of holding, but with a face with angry eyes.
Unfurls it, and the spider then speaks, even though it has no mouth in the traditional sense. And it'll initially speak in Infernal. Can any of you understand Infernal?
Gwendolyn can, which again should have been a tip.
Okay. And yes, so it'll basically read out essentially the header of the contract to make sure that you all know that this is a genuine article, that you're receiving a copy of it. But of course, only Gwen understands. And the spider will then say, and for further clarification, this is a duplicate of the original. It is not the original document. Any changes or modifications or indeed destruction carried out on this document will have no effect on the actual agreement itself. Do you understand?
Yes.
Excellent. Then here you go. And this long leg passes it through the portal towards you.
Oh, he's so cute.
And here's a big block of text for you.
Light reading.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
So I will read this out
Redacted.
for you.
Let's do it. Read it out to us.
This agreement is between Redacted, known as the Mother, hereafter referred to as the Patron, and Gwendolyn Audacious Pendergast, hereafter referred to as the Client. Obligations. The patron shall immediately, upon signing of this contract by both parties, plant a seed of the patron's otherworldly power within the client, that the client may develop and employ as they see fit. The seed is to be of sufficient potency to grant considerable material advantage to the client. The client shall, upon receiving said seed of otherworldly power, become an anchor to the material plane for the patron. The patron may use said anchor to establish and maintain a conduit between planes, facilitating travel, communication, and observation at any time and in any manner that the patron might choose. Should the client use the patron's otherworldly power to end the life of a mortal, the client renounces any claim to the non-material assets of said mortal, which shall be conferred directly to the patron via said conduit.
Oh.
And beyond that,
no.
there is standard fine print that I did not feel like writing out in detail.
That's
TOS.
fair. Oh God. I'm a homing pigeon train transit system, and I'm sending the soul of everything I kill to the Mother? I just killed so many people on that boat.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Salmi, who is reading through this, will say, as in the context of this, I do believe non-material assets refer to souls.
I thought I was giving her stuff through the beauty thing. I didn't know I was sending everyone I kill. I mean, it's already bad, I suppose, that I'm killing them, but you know, this seems worse.
And the mother who's still watching you says, and I have been enjoying our relationship. I have to say, I'm heartbroken to think that you might not be happy with our arrangement.
The fireballs. But now I feel bad about the fireball.
She says, but why?
I don't know. I'm ethically very confused. I mean, people get an afterlife, right? Killing them isn't that bad.
I mean, you remember what they told us about what devils do with souls, man.
Exactly. That's why killing them when they get an afterlife feels less bad than killing them and then serving their souls in a bar in the hells.
And she says, oh, I do more than just consume the souls. I'm working towards something, and souls are very useful for this purpose.
Oh no.
Working towards, though, is it something we could get behind, or is it something we're going to feel bad about?
She says, oh, it will have no impact on you, I assure you, except it will grant me more power, which can only be good for you, surely.
I mean, don't devils generally just plan to give another devil a really big wedgie? Like, isn't that what they...
Salmi will actually say to the mother, I would very much like to confer with my client privately for a moment.
Just before you go, Duncan's going to stick his head through the mother's window.
Just as it closes, Duncan's head comes off. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
The second time we've made that joke.
Where is that Sparta? So, having put my head through, can I see anything identifying about the mother's location?
Give me a perception check. Actually, first of all, give me a dexterity check to see how... No, make it an initiative.
Oh.
Hey, I'm good at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does alert give me anything on that? Probably not, right? Because I'm the
No.
one performing the action, so yes, that's fine.
Whoop. Accidentally rolled for Drench instead of the mother. My
You can
apologies.
take that, that's fine.
12.
Nope. The mother rolls a 20 on her initiative.
Fiendishly well.
Silvery Bobs, do it again.
So as Duncan tries to sneak a peek, the window closes just enough for Duncan to actually miss and sort of just fall through, still in the office.
Yeah. Where is that Sparta? You said you had a contract with me as well.
And
By way of half-assed recovery
Yeah.
from that particular attempt.
and the mother says, "Oh, no contract with you."
Oh no.
Oh, fun, then.
That was a verbal agreement.
You're a term and condition, man.
That was a gift.
I see.
You were a bargaining chip.
The mother, she says, essentially because by a certain interpretation, your soul also came to me. It was therefore mine to do with as I please, and I chose to please your friend, Gwendolyn.
I see the contract you had with the Hadra then.
She says, I don't think you're taking this seriously.
Oh, I'd never joke.
And then says to
Right, he doesn't know how.
says to Gwendolyn, I am ready to talk when you would rather come to an agreement rather than go behind my back. But in the meantime, I will give you your privacy. And the portal closes. And Salmi says to you, Gwendolyn, well, she might not be looking directly at us through a window, but according to the wording of this contract, she could still be watching you right now, and none of us would know.
Yes, there's no indication of when it's happening. It's just constant,
We
all the
have
time.
to assume that she is aware of everything we say and anything we might plan.
Yes.
Is there any sort of like spell or amulet that can help us with that sort of stuff, like anti-devil stuff?
She says, not on me, but there is a place.
Oh, really?
The place immediately explodes.
The Coruscant Academy has a chamber which blocks all magical communication. I believe it should be able to block all extraplanar observation as well.
Oh. Cool.
It is not a pleasant space. It is a little more than a jail cell, I'm afraid, but I believe five of you, because I'm not in this party.
Not yet.
I believe the five of us could fit inside this space with a...
Sitting in each other's laps. We're kind of big.
I could turn into a mouse or something, man. It's okay.
Would be a little...
I can just watch
occupied
the door.
Same cell before.
Would be slightly cramped, but we could continue a conversation there if that seems prudent to you.
Thank you.
Quest is so much walking.
Are we? I gotta go all the way back to the academy. I mean, that sounds great. Are we allowed to do that? Can we do that?
She says, we will need to find permission. Do you know anyone at the academy?
Yes, we were just there.
Friends with Sirata.
Yeah, that's nice little.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That should make things easier. I'm personally I'm not well known there. But if you're able to ask a favor such as this, that'll make it easier.
I mean, Salmi's also besties with Aussie and Vatericus too. She's connected.
I'm going to say that.
Yes.
All right, do we go back and ask your answer? Or... Hey, I have a
think so.
question. This is
Go
gonna
on.
be hard because I guess she can whatever. If we write stuff down, does she see that too, man? Like if I write something down, does she see that?
I mean, if I'm looking at it, probably, right?
Man.
It didn't say that she could watch other people.
Yep, check the wording of the document. Facilitating travel, communication, and observation at any time and in any manner. So observation, it's sort of like...
Cheese and my peepers.
Not just whatever Gwendolyn can see, but wherever Gwendolyn is, sort of 360 view around.
Okay, all right. So yeah, she could. Okay.
She's Google Street Viewing,
Yeah, she's.
and I'm the camera.
Okay,
but also with an orbiting camera, so she can see whatever Gwendolyn does.
Oh, camera mode.
Okay. Wow, that makes me uncomfortable for you, Gwen. That's creepy.
Apologies.
No, it's creepy for you. I'm sorry that she's doing that to you. That's creepy. And shall we go to the Coruscant Academy then?
Seems wise.
And she says, yes, it does seem prudent at this point.
Off we go then.
Okay, and that is when we're going to take our break.
Perfect.
A little bit of walking music as our characters. This is a large city.
We need to invent some sort of publicly available transport system.
We will be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. And we are back. And just at the end of the break, Kind One said she needs advice for ethical arguments on why to break up with the mother, and April expressed disbelief.
I'm not that bad at
convinced me.
sleepy. I don't support stealing souls, but Gwendolyn has killed a lot of people.
So many people, dude. We're going to start keeping a tally.
So it's like, what's the line?
Hey, listeners, watchers, if anyone wants to go through all the episodes and tally us how many people's Gwen's killed, let's go.
I mean, the fireball itself was pretty significant.
The mummies didn't count because they were already dead.
But they had souls, right?
But they
Does
were
that
just
work
animated
too?
bones.
The mummy might have done.
The lead mummy then had
pretty mad.
animated a bunch of other
Okay.
corpses. So only the mummy in charge.
Mummy.
Not
Yeah.
only did I send her down to the forever sleep, I sent her soul to...
Well, that's 2 breaches of contract then.
Is it? How?
Because the contract only covers non-material assets of a mortal if the life is ended. And Gwen didn't end that mummy's life. It had already ended prior to Gwen's incineration of that particular mummy. And
Oh,
to be fair, the mother only gets souls if Gwen's power kills them. All those drow who died when their powder went up weren't killed by Gwen's power. They were killed by exploding gunpowder barrels.
Again, I think you should just be a lawyer.
I think we need Batericas. Can we hire
This is,
Batericas?
by the way, this is a great contract. That's all I could hang on it. I loved it so much. It was great to read it and go, no, that doesn't work. No, I can't prove that.
I saw you thinking. I saw you going
Yeah.
like this.
My brain was ticking over. I was going,
So,
Can we hire Batericus? Can we bring him in for a session?
fast forward, the 4 of you have reconnected with Zerasa, and who has agreed to let you use the Chamber of Silence. So you're in this space which dampens all external sound. You have no echo. You can hear each other speak, but there is no echo, no reverberation, and all of your magical
Sound
abilities.
really flat.
Yeah, all of your magical abilities are suppressed in this space.
So this is what it'll be like.
On the way over there, you might have noticed that Salmi had become a bit jittery as a worshipper of secrets. Did not like the fact that a devil might be actively watching her without her consent. But stepping into the Chamber of Silence, she actually seems to find this place kind of comforting.
Nice.
That's I just want to say I'm very proud of Zerasa for being so well integrated into the academy.
They are
Good-
doing
for
good.
them.
mm-hmm.
Okay, this place is super weird, man.
Yes, this feels odd.
Salmi says, I understand the Academy uses it for, should something go wrong with an experiment, should someone need to be contained for their own safety or for other people's safety. This room is used to quell any threat that they might pose to others or to themselves until a more permanent solution can be found.
Imagine
Makes
they
sense.
you were deranged wizards.
Was this where we got that guy out of the necklace and we didn't realize he was dead and he sort of plopped out?
Yeah.
That's exactly where, yes.
Memories. There's still a stain on the floor.
This is where
Okay,
Batericus got out in his lawyer costume.
Oh
That's true.
Good times.
And so Salmi says, now, normally, I would not give this advice to any of my clients under any circumstances. These are extraordinary circumstances. I think, though there are other options available to you, I think you should consider killing your patron.
Oh, that's blunt.
And
Oh, wow.
I would not say this outside of this room, and I would deny it if you quoted me.
Right. What's your reasoning behind that, if you might share?
simply because, from my perspective, it actually seems to be the most straightforward way to resolve this.
Right.
The alternative, I mean, if you could persuade her to void the contract, that would obviously be ideal, but from what I gather, she seems very happy with your current arrangement, so you would need to find probably something to tempt her with that would please her greater than the souls you are already bringing to her.
She really
Souls
likes
that she would
souls.
not like.
What a good question.
What was the question?
Are there souls that she would not like?
She says,
Like, we could send her a dodgy soul.
Like a spicy one or something.
she says, no, the more souls, the better. Indeed, while the general perception is that only evil people go to the hells, nothing pleases the devil greater than corrupting a good soul, and the horror and dismay it experiences when it wakes in the hells in its afterlife.
Great. Okay. Okay.
And
The rules were about Gwen can use the powers for whatever she wants, right?
yes, that does seem to be explicitly laid out in the contract.
Yes.
Could we find something that she would not want you to do and do that?
I
Like kill her?
suspect that would be killing her.
Yeah.
And
What are there other things she would not like?
Sami
She
says,
hasn't disapproved of anything we've done so far.
and Sami says, and a reminder, this is not a, from Gwendolyn's perspective, this is a done deal. She has the power, she can do whatever she wants with it. That is it. Nothing that Gwendolyn can do would be in breach of this contract. And therefore, nothing that Gwendolyn can do would end her patron's connection to her.
Hey, Selmy, right?
Yes.
The mother said that she was like collecting souls and to like, make herself more powerful or something. Is that like a thing? Like, do any of us know anything about that sort of stuff?
Sami says, my understanding is that devils are constantly vying for supremacy over each other, constantly trying to rise in the ranks. The dream of every devil is to one day unseat Asmodeus and become the new Lord of the Hells. So whatever the mother's whatever the specifics of the mother's plans are, I can be fairly certain that they deal with the acquisition of power within the Hells.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds like we might have to murk her. Do we even know her name? It says redacted on the contract, right?
No, she never told me anything other than the mother, the personification of the earth.
She says, now alternatively, there is the option of entering a new contract with another being. They would have to fight. She says, not necessarily. Whatever being it is, if their contract overrided aspects of the one that you have with the mother, then the mother would most certainly take it personally and most likely seek some kind of vengeance or reparation as a result. But they would not be able to do it automatically, so to speak. For example, if the contract is not voided, you would keep your powers. However, if you were to create a new contract with another being, I would recommend that as part of that contract, you renounce the powers that the mother has given you. This may go some way towards placating her.
Okay, so that's option.
I think she looked
Two.
particularly killable. What's everyone's read on that?
And I don't know. Is she an archdevil? What is she, man?
Do you know anything about devils? I clearly know nothing.
I will get from those who are trained either Arcana or Religion.
Anna, let's go. I got
Toddy
something.
and Duncan.
16 for Duncan on the religion roll.
Why is my character
Oh,
character sheet is loaded?
Could I learn more if I spent a second wind on this, DM?
You rolled a 16?
I did.
It is possible to learn more than a 16.
Okay. Let me roll that 1d10 then as well.
Roll the Arcana. Do we get guidance on this shit?
Yeah, got
No,
it.
because I don't know.
Flaccid 20 on the religion check.
Okay.
I'll hit a sparkle on Todd for guidance.
Cool. Well, I got a 19, and I'll just add a D4 to that.
I'll also burn the knowledge that the mother gives me access to, with knowledge from a
21.
past life, to make it a flaccid 23.
Ooh.
Great
Okay.
use of her shit.
Yeah,
You
exactly. Is it the spider that I've been talking to this whole time? I know we've been talking about like Janice on the
Is
switchboard.
that Janice?
But is it like either that spider or another spider that's working the switchboards?
That's just like boop, 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 doing the
I'm
switchboard.
supposed to hate a
No.
scary woman who has so many cute spiders as her minions.
We must free them from oppression.
Salmi, as a side note, will say, I suspect the spider devil was an associate rather than a minion, a intermediary for devils and their clients, so
A
to speak.
colleague!
Wow. Okay, colleague. Wow, that's quite a form that they choose. A lot of people are really scared of spiders.
Love that.
And those people are idiots. No, sorry.
Again,
cool. I'm
are we
scared of
sure we need
whales.
to break the contract?
Not my fault.
Salmi is going to say, so with your 21 and 23 on those knowledge checks, so an archdevil, like an archfey, is basically just a very powerful devil. It's not a species of devil. It doesn't have, guaranteed qualities or conditions. Now, you don't even know whether the mother is an archdevil or whether that is the kind of thing that she is aspiring to and what she's working towards at the moment. Devils are killable. That much you are certain of.
We have to kill them in the Nine Hells, right?
Devils, the range of difficulty is you've killed an imp, and an imp is a devil.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really very hard to say. You suspect she is powerful.
One of those genie things. She gave you your powers, so it would stand to reason that she's stronger than that.
However, when she gave you that power, it was just a seed of power, which has grown. Who knows? Maybe you've outgrown her.
Interesting.
That's a pretty sick idea.
Is the mother a level not 8? Is she a level 5 devil? No.
I mean, we can take on things higher than, we can take on a pretty
She
good
might be a level
talent.
10.
Well, I think once we're level 10, we could probably take her on.
Salmi says, so, of course, the other thing is you would need to do it on the Hells. You would need to go to the Hells and find her and force an encounter.
While she was watching me approach.
Yeah, we might have to.
She looks
And
at
actually invite you to dinner.
She looks at the contract again. This is David checking the contract again. She says, the contract specifies an anchor to establish and maintain a conduit between planes.
Well, if we were on the same plane as her, it wouldn't be between planes.
That's possible.
Any plane? Any other planes or just the Hell plane?
Well, I think we had to be on the same plane as her because it
It
specifies.
does specify a material plane for the
Oh,
patron.
does it?
It's
An
like,
anchor
did
to the
she-
material plane for the patron.
It's like, could
Okay.
she see us while we were in the
We're in the
Feywild?
Feywild or something. Maybe
no,
you should
right?
just contract with an archfey, man. Maybe do that instead.
Todd
Sam
looks a little nervous.
says it's difficult to say, but it is possible that were you to go to the Hells, she would no longer be able to observe you.
If it is just a conduit to the material, then yeah, the Feywild does it count as a material?
No, the Feywilds is the Feywilds.
So she couldn't see us when we were fighting
Okay.
milk babies.
Apparently not.
We weren't discussing anything then.
That
There was
really
no.
early on. I mean,
Yeah.
there is that portal to the Feywilds
I
here.
say we are next to the Feywilds.
Yeah, ducking.
Which makes it all the more fun if you imagine that, you know, the mother has lost track of you for a moment and then like milk baby souls just start dropping in.
They taste like sour milk.
They probably didn't have souls.
Yeah, well.
That's right.
Wow. Controversial.
Poor babies.
Ooh. Then whatever non-material... Is the smell of rancid milk a non-material asset that has been transferred to the mother?
Well,
No.
it's certainly not a physical thing that you can pick up.
Salmi is going to continue, and the alternative of finding a new patron, so to speak. I do recommend you find someone powerful. Therefore, if it's another devil, for example, then an infernal contract would have the same binding power that your existing one has. If you happen to know any other devils, that could be an option. Or you could find a god. I could recommend one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Or
I'm a fan of you, so.
or indeed,
It's all right.
or indeed, an archfey, if you know of any.
Again, we are next to the Feywild. I know any personally. They might be mad about the milk babies.
Yeah, do you know any Archfays? You're from the Feywilds, aren't you?
Sort of.
Todd, you'll have a vague memory of an archfey, but you've not spoken to them recently, or at all, for that matter. You just remember them being there for a bit.
Well, I mean, Trevor probably explained to him what the fuck happened.
Yeah, you've got a rough idea of what happened, so you know that you were awakened by an archfey, but there's currently nothing to suggest that archfey has an ongoing interest in you.
He's left a mark, though.
That's true. We could track that down.
I'll add,
We could look to that.
you do all know another devil.
We do. Are we going to
yes.
contract you with our boat?
I'm a pirate warlock, baby.
Pirate Warlock with the patron who's their boat is kind of badass, though.
That is pretty.
We
that
would have
dropped
to
pretty
first
hard.
explain to Mercy that she is a devil.
She's the devil. Yeah.
There are conversations to be had first.
So this conversation is partly mechanical because it comes down to, Kynwyn, do you want to continue to have a fiendish pact for your warlock character? If so...
No, instead of like the green mother fire, you could have them fires that they get on the
The
mast.
Aurora.
Instead, it is possible that you could make a deal with your boat and continue
they
to
call
have your
those?
current selection of powers, but you could also change your pact, change your patron, and switch up your powers.
When I created
Fireball.
Gwendolyn, the character, I did not know that this was going to be such a, like, I didn't realize that we would be so boaty. And the second you said another devil, I was like, Mercy, obviously. I do really like the idea of making a pact with our boat.
That's awesome.
fuck yeah.
Gwen's really
Yeah.
good at this
Although
pirate shit.
you'll end up like the guy in his Dark Materials whose animal turned into a dolphin, though.
Yeah, or just like Orlando Bloom in Pirates of the Caribbean, and I just
Or that.
never leave the boat.
You gotta find someone's knees
I-
to kiss.
Totally was thinking like, oh, she can never touch land again.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
that
I
means
love it.
she gets married to our first mate, and
So the question then would be, would you simply create a new contract to override the aspects of the old contract that you don't like? Or would you start by slaying the mother, therefore basically destroying the old contract, and then forming a new pact with your boat so that you don't end up being just a mundane person because you want to keep warlock powers?
Mm.
Or do you find a way to essentially pay off the mother to convince her to void the contract?
I feel slightly honor bound to kill the mother for just like I have been made party to something clearly very, I'm going to say badly vibed. She's clearly up to something very nefarious. And I don't know if, I mean, I do want to see how that plays out because that sounds great. But also, I do feel like we should shut her down. Also, that sounds fun, right?
Not all devils, though.
kidding?
Like,
I want to go to the 9 hells so bad.
So I feel like slay the mother and then chat to Mercy once Mercy's had time to get used to the whole, oh, I'm a devil thing.
I mean, yeah, she's got to remember how to like make a contract and stuff.
Yeah,
So-
she needs to sit with that. So I don't think we should spring on her, you're a devil. Also, I need
Yeah.
I need you to make an agreement to give
So
me
much.
some of your power.
Yeah, well, I've got you here.
So,
Hi,
So-
I have good news and bad news.
Hey, that'd be cool too, because then we could always speak to Mercy if you pact with her. Them. That'd be so fun.
and Salmi adds, well, if you're going to slay this devil, you will need to find a way to get into the hells and find her.
Also, we need to never talk to each other about it, right? Because she cannot know.
Oh,
Right.
well, reading this contract here. Now, I may not be a big city lawyer. I may just be from the lower depths of southern Keldrith, but it seems to me that this only works on the material plane. So if we're in our mansion,
Oh yeah, that's a pocket
Oh.
dimension, man.
She
we can
didn't talk to me in
strategize
there
to
at
our
all.
heart's content.
Perfect.
And-
Okay, should we have a signal with our hands to go into the mansion and talk? Or I suppose we could just say, let's go into the mansion and talk. Never mind, man.
I think you're onto something with the subtlety of it, because
Perhaps, does she know common sign language? What if we all just learned it?
yeah,
um,
what does she?
Oh.
Salmi says, what if you were to just come up with a code phrase like, I need a
Avocado.
break.
sun's getting
Oh,
real
okay.
low.
I need a break. Let's head back to the mansion.
Barbecue.
I'm craving the sight of those 4 servants.
We could be like, let's go have barbecue. And then we go to the...
Avocado works as well, I think.
I like avocado, actually. That's nice.
Do you
Yeah.
enjoy an avocado?
Oh, I love avocados, man.
Wait, what is?
Thrilled they came to the continent.
I don't know
yeah,
if you
they
can eat those, Todd. I don't know if they're good for you, man.
No, you can eat them, you just don't eat the skin. Oh wait, were you talking about the pit?
I
I'm
don't
just-
know what
I
is.
don't want Todd to put the whole thing in his mouth, man.
Oh, no, darling.
No.
Salmi says, what is it with people in this town and avocados?
Very luxurious
Salmi.
fruit.
Well, I mean, she doesn't know. She owns a house.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Oh,
Clearly.
We had
1%
avocado day in
over
our
here.
life.
Wow.
None of us own our domicile. Even Gwen
Is
was
that a
only
deep
renting.
cut now?
I guess so,
Avocados,
right?
I think it is, yeah.
Avocado toast? Yeah, that's got to
Yeah. Oh my god. Anyway.
be.
Anyway.
So Salmi,
Oh, all of us are like totally squished in here, by the way,
yeah,
aren't we?
Salmi says,
Yeah.
so I'm not actually sure how much air there is in this space. It sounds like you have a plan. Is there
We've got 12% of a plan.
anything
Yeah.
else you need from
At
me?
this point, I think we have 9% of a plan.
Is
It
there anything
smells
that-
like
I will
wet fur.
Very Todd in here.
and
add that
fish.
I will personally take no part in whatever you are planning.
That's what she
Right,
said
yeah.
last time, and then look what happened.
I mean, that
come
is
back to you,
fair.
tell me.
If
That sounds
you,
fine.
Thank you very much for your help.
I mean, thank
Yeah.
you to start with.
Yeah.
But
much
also,
obliged.
as a follow-up, do you think we could perhaps pay you a little extra to do some research into how the fuck to get to the hells and who she might be? Because we can't do it. She'll see.
Oh, we
Gwendolyn,
can keep you on retainer. Oh,
Yes?
give me an intelligence check, please,
Sure.
for something Kindwin has
Wait.
probably forgotten.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Kindwin
Guidance?
does not remember things.
Gu-
What was it?
guidance?
Perception? Intuition. What was I doing?
Intelligence,
Intelligence.
girl. Ah, ah, ah. With guidance.
I have a brain made of cheese. Thank God, because it's a 6
Plus.
plus 2. 8.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're welcome.
Gwendolyn doesn't remember. Do any of the rest of you remember?
Let me see. Hells. 9 hells. Come on, April, you're good at this shit. A portal to the 9 hells. Oh, something to do with the old
Was it the
mine?
view
Wasn't there
we
a portal
had?
in there?
We do have an amulet that goes places.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, the amulet I
Wait.
wear because it's pretty.
You can
Yeah.
cast plane shift.
Constantly forgetting about that.
But isn't it to somewhere I know? Where
Only if we want to be sure where we're going to
You just-
land.
yeah.
We can
It's
go
basically
9 hells and it will put us
teleport.
somewhere
Yeah.
on the 9 hells.
Now,
Right, so we
unfortunately
could-
for the 9 hells, there are 9 layers of the 9 hells, and I'm scared about which layer we're going to end up in.
Right. Yeah.
Because I see this is April talking. I assume she's on. Is that a
Are we
spoiler
going to
if I
do
say it? I don't
Salvation
know.
Wars? We're going to start at the outer edge and end up throwing a surface to air at Lucifer?
I mean, if I have no idea where she is. If she is where I think she might be, which is the city of Dis, that's on a specific layer of hell. But she also might not live there. That just happens to be where most devils live.
I know where that is in Dante's Inferno.
Basically the same thing.
Yeah, seems like a liberal influence.
Well,
Right.
Sammy says, I could possibly look around and try to ascertain whether anybody knows where the mother might be located in the hells.
Right, because we don't know who she is. Really, she must have
Yeah.
a name.
She's got it right. And yeah, there's 9 hells, man. I don't want to end up in some weird one. Not that they're all not weird. Or weird.
But yes, it is good to know we could go into the mansion and then plane shift down, and she will never know. Theoretically. But she probably has, acquaintances down there that will report back.
I'm sure she's got like security imps or something, right? Informants.
I mean, at the very least, she has spider colleagues.
She says, very well, if you wish to retain my services to do that research, it'll be an additional 10 gold for each day.
I mean,
Can we
think that's-
prepay you, perhaps?
How many days do you think that would take?
Should we just give her like 100 gold or something? Just like 10
pay her
days?
for a week. That seems
I don't
like
know. Do we have 100
think,
gold?
like,
I
you-
have no money. I have no idea.
When they
I have the money.
look for the noir detectives or whatever, the dangerous broad usually gives them like a week's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, are we talking about a week in terms of 5 days or 7?
Is it 5? Yeah, it's like 7 business
5.
days or 5 days.
business
Five
days.
business days.
Okay.
Gwen will hand over 50 gold plus the original. She'll hand over 60 to include the
She
original
is quite visibly pleased by this. And she'll say, oh, excellent. I shall make it my top priority then.
Thank you. Feel free to
Thank you
contact
so much.
whoever.
Yeah, if you need to send a message or something, I guess.
Yeah, how would I get in touch with you?
You could send a written. Now we have to consider that the mother is watching.
You could whisper to a bird, and I promise it will get to me.
Alternatively, send a letter
As long as
to
the message is
Mother's
delivered
Mercy.
when Gwen
which will-
isn't right there.
Yes.
So like to
You,
any of us.
So yeah, if
Do the
she
wizards
sends.
here do sendings?
Oh yeah.
Sammy says, yes, as a matter of fact, I can.
Brilliant.
Perfect.
You
Just
could
do
sort
that.
of send
But
to
also,
one of
if
the
you
others.
if you are down at the docks, I do know the seagulls there. So if you just want to say, "Hey, tell Drench XYZ," they will get the message.
Our boat is called the
Eventually.
Mother's Mercy.
Do the
Um,
seagulls speak English?
Yeah, Sammy says, I'm
I don't know.
not sure.
They understand Drench, so he just assumes they
Yeah.
understand everyone.
She says, I'm not sure animals understand other people as they understand you, sir.
Really?
And if you can do sending, just let one of us know, but not Gwen.
I mean,
Yes.
we all
Very important that it's not me. Perhaps Todd. I think Todd is the best person to speak to
She says,
in this situation.
very
That
well.
one,
Now,
wherever he is.
if there's nothing else, I would like to get some fresh air.
That's fair enough. Yes. Thank you.
But there's, wet dog,
Noel's
wet
a
fish,
pretty
and
pull.
Noel.
Okay.
There is a reason that they say hyenas are stinky.
There's 3 stinky guys in here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unseals the silent chamber,
You sound like a cork popping.
steps out and says very convincingly, very casually, thank you. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. If you ever need my services again, please just, well, you know where to find me. Good luck.
We'll shake her hand, say, thank you. You've been very helpful.
All right. Time for some avocado. Drench will wink. Really obviously.
I think we need to go and get Zurasa first.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is coming to sundown.
We have errands to do.
we're
before
right
we-
here.
Oh, we said we'd meet them at the boat, so we don't need to go get them.
But
We
you're
have
actually
also, like, Zurasa
We're
showed
also
us in.
here.
you're at the academy. You might as well
Oh,
walk
yeah.
down.
I forgot
with
that part. Radical.
We are
Alright,
at
let's do that.
Zurasa's house.
Not bad.
Presumably, it would be like we are here. We've finished this conversation. We've walked out. Zarasa's already halfway down to the docks because it's getting close to sundown, and we're just up here looking for them, being like, where are they? Where are they?
Yakety sax playing
Let's
in
just
the
say
background.
you find Zurasa. You eventually
Yes.
walk down to the docks. You see Mercy is there. Repairs are still underway.
We were going to
how's the other boat?
to Metzarasa, 7 wives.
How's the other boat doing?
The drab boat, one with
Yeah,
dicks.
the ship is in relatively good condition. It took less damage than yours did.
Okay.
It's mainly just fixing the lines that were the rigging that was severed by the explosions, and just reinforcing the deck in a few places.
Sweet.
But
we got to hire more crew too. Don't forget.
Yeah, the main thing for your boat that needs to be done is one of the topmasts needs replacing.
Yeah, they nailed us with those chain shot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll get them next time.
So are you going to, on the way down, are you going to tell Zurasa anything that has just happened?
Well, no, because the mother's
Only
listening.
if she asks.
Didn't think
they
so.
ask.
I just thought I'd check.
Oh, you don't want to tell her? But she's so cool.
But
Well, we can't tell them because then the mother knows what we're planning to do, and
Exactly.
Oh, my bad. Wow, I'm
Miss
really
Gwen's here.
just not retaining
Gwen
things
is
in
going
my head.
to put on it's not fully a show, but Gwen is going to appear to be deep in thought. The mother can't hear my thoughts, can she?
Not according to the wording of the contract, at least.
Fantastic. Good.
I
Yeah, so
don't
Gwen is
see-
going to be quiet and thoughtful.
is she twirling her hair around her finger while she does that?
No, she's not trying to be sexy and thoughtful.
Quiet and thoughtful.
In this one instance.
Mm.
That's how you know it's serious.
So, as you arrive at Mercy, the repairs are actually winding down for the day because the sun's going down.
Hey, Zurasa, just before we go and speak to Mercy, okay, Mercy doesn't know. Yeah,
Oh,
we're gonna have that conversation now.
yes. Very well.
Don't spring it on her, you know. You're a devil.
And no, I shall say nothing about it until you've had an opportunity.
Which of us should break it to who has a... I just don't think I should be talking about devils right now.
I mean,
feels-
I'm happy to tell her.
Confusing.
Sure. Okay. All right.
Guapta notices the 5 of you arrive. Do you want to have this conversation? Do you want to include Guapta in this conversation?
I think,
Oh, should we go into the mirror and take
He's
Guapta
the-
in with us and tell him,
He's
and
the
then
he's the boat husband. He needs to know.
yeah.
I mean, we can just have the conversation in the cabin, right? We can break it all at once. Guapta can live react.
Yeah, I think it's fine to...
Okay. Live react. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Everyone, get in here. Everyone. I mean, us and Guapta and Mercy's
Okay.
already here.
All right. Mercy says, well, I gather you have something you want to talk to me about.
Yeah. Hi, bestie. Okay. So first off, we love you. I just want you to know that. Yeah, what we're gonna tell you changes nothing, okay?
I already
God,
dislike
Drenches.
where this is going.
Trent's is petting the floor while he's talking. Okay,
Quite odd.
so we did find out some information about who you were and are. Neutral information. Okay, so we did find out that you are in fact of the devilish persuasion. You're
Very long moment of silence, followed by, who told you this?
Did tell us this.
The
Was it
Sphinx.
the Sphinx?
It was the Sphinx.
We met a lady Sphinx in a
She was in a
library.
great big library with all the knowledge in the world.
Yeah. She seemed very knowledgeable about everything, man.
She says,
She was very clear on that point. She knew everything.
Mercy says, in that case, there's no point denying it, is there?
Deny it.
Aha.
Did you know, man?
Oh,
I have not been entirely honest with you. I've known, although I have lost many of my memories, I have known who and what I am. I chose not to tell you because mortals have certain feelings about devils, many justified, if I may say so. And I did not want to be abandoned at sea, nor did I want to have to do to you what I did to the last crew.
oh.
Oh.
Which is,
Were those
and-
your imps, were they, ma'am?
and Mercy says,
That got darker than I expected.
Mercy says, during the bloodstorm that you found me shortly afterwards, I did indeed take the opportunity to use that breach in the plains to summon some temporary allies. They helped to scatter the crew, but one imp ended up trapped in the cabin, so I do thank you for cleaning that up for me.
No, hey, that's okay. Hey, you know, we don't care that you're a devil, man. That's devil man. It's totally fine. Everyone's different, man.
Mercy says, I'm pleased to hear that. I have been trying to think of the best way to inform you of this, and the longer I went without telling you, the harder it became thinking of building up the courage to make this revelation. But since you found out anyway, now we all know that is simpler. The question is, does this change anything between us?
Absolutely not, man. Hey, I'm so happy and proud that you feel comfortable in confiding in us, man. You're a good boat.
As long as we're not making deal, right?
Mercy says, I know my kind are known for making infernal contracts and so forth, but we have made no such formal agreement.
Did
However,
you have fun with the wizard?
Yeah, I mean, like, is that the stuff you forgot about, I guess? So it shoved you in a boat.
I have indeed forgotten most of how this happened to me. I know there was a wizard involved. I know it was extremely painful.
What if we ask the spider if there is a contract for Mercy?
I mean, I don't think we have a legal stake to be able to see a contract that we don't have anything to do with, do we?
Or
I have no
Mercy's
idea.
contract?
And Mercy
I guess
says,
Mercy could ask, yeah.
to clarify, which spider are you speaking about?
The spider that works with the devil I have a contract with.
Did this spider have a large satchel from which it produced scrolls and other documents?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
PewDiePie.
Gustav.
Oh, Gustav.
Is he a
Pardon?
friend?
An acquaintance. I believe we did some work. It would be
He's paralegal.
many decades now by
What are you,
in your
paralegal?
terms.
Paranormal paralegal.
Paris. There's a pun in there somewhere.
Paraspiegel.
Paris. There's some. There's a thread.
There's a Doug.
It's
tuck that in
ticking
your-
away.
Yeah.
I've written down
Give it.
good stuff, the contract spider. Give me a bit of time.
Yeah.
At some
I
point, I will
mean-
just erupt.
Yeah.
Did-
3:30 in the morning, bolt upright. You're
Yeah.
gonna be like,
I mean, do you even know it was a contract involved? I mean, you can summon some wizards just summon devils. Maybe they
see.
summoned Mercy and shoved their soul into a boat.
That's pretty mean.
Mercy says, whatever the case, I would very much like to know so that we could explore options of perhaps unshackling me from this form
Boat.
one day. I would also
Hey! Sorry.
very much like to make that wizard suffer and die.
I mean, that's
Totally
an
do
excellent
that. They're
goal.
absolute.
I mean, now that you're not freaking out about the devil component, we have someone who might be able to help you see.
Yeah, we can help you maybe have eyes.
Yes, eyes, feet, or ears,
What?
as
Sort
the
of.
case may be.
Yes,
Feet.
to kick
Yes,
with.
it kind of is, huh?
And Zurasa
Like
will
pins.
basically explain the options that are available. And Mercy will respond, well, they all seem interesting. I'd hope, if I am confined to this form for the foreseeable future, I'd very much like to have all of these advantages eventually. If the question is which do we pursue first, I do think I would like to be able to see. But
Let's do it.
I can also see how being able to detect what is under me would be of a great benefit to us all.
Oh, hey,
Darling.
well, you know, we want you to be comfortable, man. Get you some eyes.
Well, if that is your choice, I will happily go along.
Eyes?
Yeah,
Eyes.
get those
Aye.
eyeballs in.
And Zara
Oh,
says,
you know how some of those Greek boats have the big eyes painted on the
Mhm,
side? We can
mhm.
totally do that.
and Zerasa says, excellent. I shall begin work immediately. Do you have you settled on a preferred design for the figurehead?
Froggy.
Weird flute.
So
Yes.
the
Should
same.
we upgrade it to like a trumpet?
Mercy, do you have anything that you would like as your figurehead?
Oh yeah.
A dolphin on fire or something? I don't know.
Zindi may have just had an internet hiccup, by the way.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
Concentrating really hard.
Yeah, she's just posted.
Yeah, it's just frozen.
Yeah, she said that's okay. Todd probably doesn't have anything to add anyway.
Yeah, does Mercy have a preference for like
Mercy-
a
Like an instrument.
cool
Mercy,
animal or something she wants?
Mercy will say,
We could give the frog horns.
Yeah, we can make it a devil toad. We can do a devil toad.
Mercy says, I do not feel very froggy.
Oh.
Okay, how about like a cool, like a shark or something? Scary. Yeah, sharks are really nice, actually. Dolphins are kind of jerks. Except you. Oh,
Oop.
oh, we lost the scene.
Yep. I'm going to have to try to...
Green all askew.
No, not that one. My videos are all wrong.
Ah, the internet.
All of my overlays are broken.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Americans do not always believe me at first when I tell them that. What do you
Like,
mean?
I have to pull stuff up and be like, look, you know, this country that, you know, has a dictator has way better internet than Australia
Yeah.
does.
Australia has amazing inadequacies.
Does it's true.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean a socialist hellscape? We don't have speedy internet.
Okay.
Or fast trains.
I have a
Well, this is
layout
America.
which has this all here, but the captions are all in the wrong place, so I'm just going to find them and hide them so it's not too confusing.
Perfect.
There we go. Okay. So I think what I'll do is we can probably finish this session soon, and you can decide over the next week whether you want to stick with the frog or go something else. Mercy will express a desire for something not necessarily devilish, but something a bit
Cool.
prouder.
I love that.
Let's do it.
Give them a more badass secreter
Mm-hmm.
devil squid.
A devil ray.
With that, is there anything else you want to talk to Mercy about? And Zarasa, before Zarasa heads back to the academy.
Gwen is very much not going to mention anything else to do with the devil thing. She is staying away from that topic.
No more devil talk.
Completely.
Is there anything else?
Not
I think so. Hey.
Not for.
That's
Yeah,
it.
no.
Thank you so much, Zarasa. We'll get payment to you. Or pay you now, or I don't know.
Invoices.
Yeah, that's it. Collect invoices.
Yes, yes, because Zarasa will need to actually know what materials have been used.
Zarasa needs to go send a letter to Dagmar.
As Zarasa puts
He
it
needs to go shopping with Dagmar.
as Zarasa explains, I've never actually done this before.
Oh, delightful.
Fun. Experimental.
Gwendolyn logs that. She's like,
It's fine. It's fine.
This is the first devil boat anybody has ever had the opportunity to work with.
We're breaking new ground here every day.
It's very exciting. Love this for her. And I love that her name is Mercy.
I mean, it's funny that she's Mother's Mercy, and you might end up making a contract with a mother after all. Wow. We got Faye Northwind in a roundabout way, and you got a mother in a roundabout way. It's all working out.
That's a nice story for my little orphan tiefling.
Yay.
Now, are you? Do you want to go into the mansion and talk a bit, or shall we wrap up for this evening?
I think Gwen would like to not go straight into the mansion. I think she wants everything to appear like we're just like she doesn't want to do anything immediately suspicious. Sure. So Gwen is going to stay out of the thing and she's going to stare moodily off into the horizon at the back of the boat.
Cool.
What time is it? Sundown.
Sunset.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
It's gonna
whenever the Enchantuist is open again, I'd like to go there with Drench.
Cool. Guapta will report on repairs and recruitment, and it's all going to plan. There have been no surprises so far.
Wonderful. Now, I have walked up and down the length of this city more times than I care to count today. I am going inside, and I am going for a swim. And Duncan is off into the mansion for, to put his legs up and just float.
Nice dip. Yeah, I'm pretty tired too. I gotta do stuff. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm tired. I'm gonna go sit in my cabin and look at the fake sea that I made. Wow, weird. Okay. Trench is also gonna go into the mansion
for like an hour, like half an hour without them before she follows them in.
Okay.
Very soap opera thinking sequence. The music is playing.
Silhouetted against the
We call it a grace beat in the
band. Oh, beautiful. Grace beat? Oh, I'm learning things.
Or at least we used to. I don't know if they still do.
So, how about we finish the session there, and then next week we come back to all four of you, because Zindy will hopefully have a working internet again by next week, and you can lay down some more concrete plans about how to proceed from here.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Apologies about the weirdness towards the end, but it's us.
Australian internet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for watching. We will be back next week. Bye.